The energy we pulling on is bound. That's running in and out. Tried to do the same. Stayed, only came back. That team was losing. So a question of if the karmic was still in divine feminine's energy with this masculine, but of course he wouldn't like that. Like he would if he would still be with the karmic if the karmic still had access to divine feminine energy. The only reason why he's leaving the karmic is because now he realized which decision he should have made, and he's going towards that decision. It's earth and air sign, and I see 3-3. So it's like third time the charm, but he said the third time would have been a charm if it wouldn't have got interfered with. So technically, he said this is 3A. He said now when he go towards divine feminine, it's gonna be 3B. So technically, it's still third time the charm. And then we have Earth, Pentacles. Talking about some what you don't have, so stop looking for it. Pentacles. You know, career, money, material possession, joy in hard work, physical manifestation of reality. So he feel like when he get with divine feminine, everything he manifested will turn into a reality. And with this air sign is the 3 of Swords. Mind, thought, decision making, intellectual pursuits, planning and analyzing. Glyphs for overthinking, madness, thoughts, and conflict. So they feel like since you could, they said basically computerize their movement, their thoughts and feelings, that you knew which answer to choose. Therefore, your answer wasn't authentic, or it's not the real you. But in reality, when they realized that you didn't even know what was going on and you was just being your authentic self, that it was the real you, that's why you were brought into their life, because the type of things that you obtain are the things that they required or that they were like manifesting for within a relationship. So when they met you, you didn't show them that qualities. So how would they know that it's you that they need to choose if you're not like, you know? And it's like, what are you doing to try to get me to prove that you're worthy of me letting down my walls for you type stuff. So swords are thoughts here, that you think it or you analyze somebody's thinking process and you put it together and they have the money to make it happen. And it's like, yes, this is exactly what I was thinking of, but I didn't know how to put it into form. But with you helping me think it out and create, you know, step by step of what I need to do, and at the end, the total, it's like I got that, so now all we gotta do is pay for this. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm just thinking. And there was the Suit of Swords, the 3 of Swords, breakups, grief, accidents, betrayal, difficult diagnosis, disaster, feel the emotions, don't get stuck. I'm not going to elaborate on that, but earth sign dealing with an air sign, earth and air dealing with each other. That there's no change in how this karmic is behaving towards the masculine, towards the situation, after realizing, like after being exposed, they still feel justified in what they did. And it's like, that's messed up, because you could have caused a lot of people to get hurt or harmed off of something that, because you are conflicted in your life and you're trying to cause other people to be confused because you can't figure out things, and you don't want to tell nobody because you don't want them to judge you about what it is that you really need help with. So you would rather imitate or spy or copy or photograph or paint a picture of somebody. Okay, so what the karmic did was exposed herself and made it about somebody else so that she could see how people react to that. And then it's like, okay, well, I don't want to be out here alone by myself dealing with my thoughts. So I'm going to create myself to be this perfect person. But when it comes to making the actions happen, they don't know how to do it. So they try to use or say, no, I don't want to do that no more. Or, you know, it's not because they don't want to or they're lazy. It's because they don't know how. And then they leave other people to clean up their mess. But it's not that other people clean up their mess. It's I know that you could tell me what to do, but if I'm telling you what to do and you're not doing it, and it's going to be in your knowledge that, okay, you knew to do this and you chose not to do it. So what are you really toying with people's emotions? Things are not what they seem. You think they kind hearted and all that stuff like that. He's seeing that y'all not so different. He thought that you was too different for him to understand, or he couldn't quite get a read on you as to how to handle you. So it's like they better just stay away because they don't know if, like, how deep of a hole you're going to get them into that they can't get themselves out of. But then they realize that you're their wish fulfillment and that you're heaven sent because you haven't done anything. It's like, oh, I've been so good for so long, I need to do something bad. You never had that urge to do anything bad because that's not what's in you. Like, you're forever a good person. Not giving up, having plenty. It's like the masculine has plenty already. That's why the karmic won't let him go. But he don't want to give it to the wrong person because he doesn't want his income to, like, not be coming in. What's that, fire sign? They tempted the masculine away from divine feminine. And when he was manifesting things, they weren't, it was the opposite. Instead of positive outcomes, it was always negative outcomes because they didn't know how to fulfill what he wanted, and they knew that he was eventually going to catch on because they couldn't get in contact with divine feminine. So by them trying to pretend to be divine feminine and saying, yeah, I'm divine feminine, because divine feminine not answering, so they feel like, okay, she's in some type of emotion where I could use her energy, but that's only to get y'all caught up so that y'all use divine feminine's energy while divine feminine is watching you in her energy and explaining to the guardian angels, like, yeah, like, or just defending energy. The guardian angels are asking divine feminine, like, are you doing this, that, and the third? And she's divine feminine saying no. But and now they worried because they know time running out, that if this masculine walk away and they haven't found the job yet. So basically saying that they had already been trying to find a job, and the masculine was like, okay, well, I want my lady to stay at home. But it's like the stay at home business type stuff. I guess the karmic thought I don't know. So I guess the masculine played dumb, like he had found forever with this karmic. But then after doing his research and started paying attention to stuff and started realizing stuff, he wants to come towards you and speak up on everything. Like, probably tell you he been watching you and how much you opened up his eyes to realize certain things. He say half the time you sound like you don't even know what you're talking about. Creative. Yeah, he tired of wanting to express himself but having to hold back because of judgment from people who don't understand his creative side. He said he tired of being used, so half the time when people are tired of being used, that's when they want to start using people. But then that's just a little button that was pushed to see what your response would be. And I've been through that test where they were saying like, oh, I know you tired of being used, don't you want to use this person? It's like, nah, I still don't want to use nobody because I don't want nobody using me. You still have to realize that, yeah, this masculine is improving the way that he allowed people to just come up in his energy and use him. And he's saying that, realizing being an open book and just watch how you think around people, what you think when you're around people. Because people that like to talk a lot, that's a trick of the mind too, because they'll probably say something and it'll trigger something that's happening in your life instead of them just asking like what's going on in your life, because they know that you're really not going to give them the answer, so they try to nitpick around stuff that you're not trying to tell nobody. And it's like, what the hell? Whatever I want you to know, I'll tell you. Don't be asking me questions to try to get me to think about my situation so that you can ear hustle on my thoughts. And I'm going to cut it right here because that just pissed me off.